Our love is falling like a landslide, but I don't have to tell you what you already know. Like the fog in a midnight haze, we're so confused, lost in a daze. Our hearts tossed around to and fro like some spinning wheel in a tornado. You ought to know, you ought to know the status quo. We had so many big dreams, but now it seems so long ago. You ought to know, you ought to know we've been sinking low. I guess I shouldn't even have to tell you, 'cause you ought to know. You ought to know our love's fading slow, hurt inside as if you didn't know. We're up and down like some Hollywood show, like a long distance love from Tokyo. You ought to know, you ought to know the status quo. I got a million little things I could tell if you'd like to know. You ought to know, you ought to know the status quo. No, I shouldn't even have to tell you what you ought to know. What you ought to know. Seems the world has lost its mind. People walking with tombstone eyes. So many people, they just disconnect. Behind a pretty smile is a mind that's wrecked. You ought to know, you ought to know